and welcome back to our channel. Today, I'm really excited to be exploring something that is not personally just meaningful for me, but also highly relevant to so many of us. Public speaking in a second language. I know it's easier said than done, but I'm not a native English speaker, so I'm actually a real-life example for you, so it's not impossible. Having immersed myself in English through years of study and professional experience, I've gained some invaluable insights into effective communication as a non-native English speaker. And I'm really excited to be sharing them all with you, our precious Dictopians. So whether you're preparing for a pivotal presentation, a client pitch, or any speaking engagement really, these tips will equip you with the skills to confidently connect and engage with your audience. So let's get started. My first step would be to understand your audience. Understanding your audience is the cornerstone of effective communication, because if you can be relatable to them, then your entire presentation will be smooth sailing, I promise. You can start by researching their demographics such as age, educational background, and cultural diversity. This knowledge helps tailor your language, tone, and content to resonate with them. Consider conducting a pre-survey or informal conversations beforehand to gauge their familiarity with the topic. By addressing their specific interests and concerns, you create a more engaging and impactful presentation. Tip number 2 is mastering nonverbal communication. Nonverbal cues usually speak louder than words. Practice using confident body language, maintaining steady eye contact, and employing gestures that emphasize your points without distracting from them. Your posture and facial expressions should always convey openness and confidence, reinforcing the credibility of your message. Remember, a strong nonverbal presence enhances audience engagement and helps establish rapport. Tip 3 is pretty self-explanatory. Practice as much as you can with native speakers. Because the English we think we learn from courses or school or college, wherever, it's not enough. It's just on the paper, it's not in practice. So you have to speak in order to be able to communicate clearly and to really understand the mentality of that language that you're speaking. You have to really immerse yourself in that language. It's not just enough to read it or listen to it. You have to practice. Always seek opportunities to chat with native speakers, or you can, better yet, participate in exchange programs like I did when I was a teenager, or you can collaborate on projects. Exposure to different accents, idiomatic expressions, and conversational styles not only improves your fluency, but also boost your confidence in navigating real-world speaking situations. And guys, don't ever shy away from asking for feedback on the language you're using, because you are not a native speaker and it really takes courage. It is only normal that you make mistakes, and if you don't make mistakes, then how are you going to learn and correct yourself? Like I just briefly mentioned, I was an exchange student in the United States from 2007 to 2008. And when I first got there, my English was still really good and I was really great on the book and on the paper, but I lacked practice and I made a lot of mistakes. Yeah. And that's how I learned and how I'm able to speak like this today. My friends would correct me and make jokes about my cute and funny accent, and they would just correct me right on the spot, and I would thank them for it. I would love them for it, because real friends do that. I mean, American or not, I mean, you have to learn what's wrong so that you can correct it and not make it again. So love your mistakes along the way. That's another amazing and important tip for you. Tip number 4. Focus on pronunciation and intonation. Clear pronunciation and appropriate intonation are crucial for effective communication in a second language. Practice enunciating words clearly and correctly, paying attention to stress and intonation patterns. Recording yourself and then listening it back will help you identify areas for improvement. This is actually much like acting, and it's really fun. Tip number 5. Use stories and examples. Storytelling is a really powerful technique to capture your audience's attention and make your message much more memorable. Incorporate personal anecdotes, case studies, or examples that illustrate your points and resonate with your audience on an emotional level. Stories humanize your content, so people know that the person telling all this is actually going through the same thing. they're human too. I mean, they're not some kind of superhero or something. They also showcase your unique perspective and expertise, enhancing your credibility as a speaker. Tip 6 is not the most exciting one, but here it goes. Prepare for Q&A sessions. Anticipate potential questions and prepare thoughtful responses in advance. Reflect on the key points of your presentation and anticipate areas where your audience might seek clarification or further information. Practice responding concisely while addressing the core of each question. This preparation not only demonstrates your knowledge and expertise, but also helps you handle unexpected questions with confidence and clarity. Don't go anywhere, we're not done yet, because I got a bonus tip for you precious TikTopians. Always adapt to cultural nuances. When communicating in a second language, cultural awareness is paramount. Familiarize yourself with cultural norms, etiquette, and sensitivities that may influence your audience's perception and response. Adapt your communication style and content accordingly to show respect and enhance the effectiveness of your message. A nuanced understanding of cultural differences can bridge communication gaps and foster a more inclusive and engaging presentation. So my TikTopians, as you can see, mastering public speaking in a second language really requires a lot of dedication, practice, and a deep understanding of your audience and context. So whether you're refining your pronunciation, honing nonverbal communication, using storytelling techniques, engaging with native speakers, adapting to cultural nuances, or just preparing for Q&A sessions, these strategies will help you excel. So if you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to comment and share it with your friends. Thank you so much for being here today and joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode.